Hey, it's Drew Neiser with another Tuesday tip. We just spent a lot of time talking about the pros and cons of having BDRs report to your team. So we want to talk about in this tip, first of all, make the case. Here's a tip for making the case for why BDRs should be part of the marketing function. Melissa Sargeant, Alpha Sense, what's your tip?
My tip is when you look at conversion rates for BDRs within the marketing organization versus maybe your outbound team, they're going to convert typically at a much higher number, which is going to translate into more meetings, more opportunities, more pipeline, and more bookings. By bringing them even more closely into the marketing organization, you're going to get a stronger interlock there and ultimately over time, better conversion across all of those things.
And I got to believe as a marketer that being able to have that kind of information builds credibility for marketing, right?
100%. And it's great information for you as a marketer when you're asking for more budget from your CFO, when you're trying to demonstrate real ROI for the programs that you're driving from a marketing perspective, where you can show we did X and we delivered this back to the business. It's phenomenal. You get a level of insight that you just won't get when they're not inside your organization.
And I think that's another important and almost a separate tip. It gives you real-time feedback of what customers or prospects are saying. And that is valuable information that you can use in real time to make your marketing that much better. Okay, Mccarthy, Skience, what's your tip?
I would build on that. And in addition to the higher conversion, I do think it allows you to understand the quality of leads that you're providing. It has really allowed us to be more laser focused and to be able to absorb that responsibility that used to be in sales. And so for now it's in marketing, and it allows us to understand the quality of our leads and be better partners to our sales cohort.
And the better partnership, I'm going to clarify that in my mind. The better partnership means, hey, we're not just sending you sort of leads that we're not sure about. We're setting up meetings that are verified people that are really into the market. So you're sort of taking, hey, this might be a nice thing, and showing that it's a real deal. And I think you're doing them a huge favor, and of course, marketing a favor. Okay, Kevin Sellers, Ping Identity. Interesting topic for you. What is your tip?
Well, the tip I think is, in marketing, we spend a lot of time constructing campaigns of how to engage the marketplace, right? And when your BDR team, your SDR team really needs to be a part of that process, because they're the first ones that will sort of receive, if you will, the inputs that come from that engagement that you've put in the marketplace. And when they're not connected like that, and I've seen this multiple times in my career, oftentimes a BDR team might come up with their own sort of micro campaign approach and go off and be doing things that's not necessarily aligned with the campaigns that you have in market at the time. So that alignment is so essential. One, it just makes for, it's just a much more efficient way to go to market, of course. But beyond that, think of the customer, the prospect that you're engaging. The experience that they're having is a very, very consistent and aligned experience. And how many times have we all had the experience where we've been engaged with something, found it interesting, ended up connecting with someone, and they're off a totally different tangent, right? That just creates an awkward customer journey. So I think having those organizations together allows for a much tighter and more holistic go-to-market strategy, and it creates a more consistent journey for that customer. So you want to avoid, I think, that disconnect by bringing those together.
And I appreciate that. I realize that some of you may not know what BDR stands for. It stands for Brand Development Rep. Basically, these are the individuals who will take something that looks like a lead. Maybe they filled out a form and said, I want a demo. They're showing high intent signals. They're ready to buy. But if you hand it over to sales too quickly, they might just sit on that lead. And so what BDRs do is they have this program where some have commitments that they're going to respond in a few minutes, or some in 24 hours. Either way, they are helping the marketer and the organization, as Kevin said, create a consistent go-to-market story and help marketing connect to revenue. All right, that's your Tuesday tip. I'm Drew Neiser. If you're a CMO who can share, care, and dare with the best of them, check out CMOHuddles.com. Peace out.